Good afternoon. My name is RUBEN MPIIMA KIBIRANGO. I was actually having a conversation off air with my guests in the studio. I'll be sharing with you what we have had, but of course, it's the score on UBC TV. Every Monday and Friday we are here taking you through sport, and my colleagues Michael and Separ will be joining me later on in the show. But on a special day, I have got guests that have actually got me off the wheel. Smiling and making sure that my life is comfortable. What we discussed was a bit personal, but of course open to the public. UBC TV is actually the channel you're watching, and Ruben is my name, _. Like I said, every Monday and Friday, we're here to take you through the sport, but this time around, we want to talk matters rugby, and of course, the Golia Sevens that will be happening in Kabale. So, in studio, I have 3 guests. One is the fan, that's Elizabeth Mafuta. If you will here. Yeah. Then we have Pearson and Jude. They'll be discussing matters rugby, and I will be telling you why they are here and what it means to be part of how you can be part of the Golia Sevens. And that is Kabale. I will start with the gentleman from my far left. How have you been, Sebo?
Great to be here. Thank you, Ruben, and giving rugby space. Okay. And of course, a special spice that we have in here, Golia Sevens, from the special hills of the land, Chigezi. Yeah. Thank you.
You resemble Ngonians. Are you part of the Ngonian family?
Well, I've always wanted to find that reason, and I think that your reason is that unique, that they are a powerhouse of rugby. Okay. And a big kudos to them for giving us all that we believe has been one of the unique names in rugby.
Okay. Yeah. Let me come to you, Coach Jude. How have you been?
I've been good. Thank you, Ruben and UBC. It's a pleasure to be here to come and share a moment about Golia Sevens Kabale.
Okay. I like the fact that we're discussing matters rugby. I grew up watching rugby players. I might not even played rugby because of my size and I wasn't good enough. But I loved watching the game. Yeah, and I enjoyed the derbies that we had against some people at Entebbe Road. I don't even remember the people in Entebbe Road which we played against. The fun here is Elizabeth Mafuta. How have you been?
I'm okay. How are you?
How does it feel to be a fan of rugby?
Thrilling. Very nice.
And these men disturb you every time you go for the outing of rugby? They disturb you?
No.
They don't?
They are gentlemen.
You don't want short men?
It's a gentleman's
You don't want short men?
We have tall men.
Anyway, okay, those are the guests I'll be having. Of course, for the next 30 minutes also, we'll be discussing matters rugby. And Golia Sevens Kabale. We'll start with the coach to take us through what Kabale Sevens mean. Golia Sevens Kabale mean.
Golia Sevens Kabale is an international rugby sevens tournament that has been around since 2018. Yeah. It has teams from Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, and Congo. Okay. Yeah.
So, how do you relate in terms of language? The Congolese don't understand the language speaking. They speak French, and most of them are not massacred that they play rugby. So, how do you relate with the Congolese?
Rugby is a very unique sport, and rugby is a sport that each side has an advantage over the other. And here we're trying to get the same language of rugby. Okay. Yeah, at least all we know that once a whistle is blown and it's a kick-off, yeah, we can understand that language when we're inside the white lines. Oh. Yeah, so with our different geographical backgrounds and where we come from, rugby unites us in Kabale.
I love that. Although rugby has actually created a lot of enemies, I'll report to you, Jude, that some of us hate people from the other side of St. Mary's, that road, because of rugby. So rugby, as it unites you, it also creates enmity between the players.
It's just a battle inside. I think rugby is one sport where there will be fierce competition during the game, and after everyone shakes the other's hand and even share a drink after.
But the Weavers don't do that.
They do.
Against the Fumblers. Anyway, the Saturday journey started in 2018. I'm still with you. How has it been from 2018 to date? Have you had success over the years?
Definitely, we've had success. Since 2018, we started as a regional tournament. Okay. And then we managed to grow 2018-19. And then 2021, we became a national tournament where we hosted the Kabale Sevens, a national rugby sevens event. Yeah. And since 2023, it decided to be an international tournament with teams across the border. And we're pitching it as a Uganda Rugby Sevens event that gets most teams from Uganda and Africa and the rest of the world.
Okay. Pearson, there's a gentleman called Bossa Haruna. Do you know him?
Yeah.
He's saying hi to you.
A very good friend of rugby as well.
Okay.
And also a fan of mine who has supported me in the sports circles, not only rugby.
Oh, Haruna Bossa. Anyway, he sends regards to you. I've just seen his message here. Sending regards. But of course, I'll come to you, Pearson. Talk about the teams participating. How many teams do you have in the Kabale, the Gorilla Kabale Sevens?
Still counting, but of course it will be breaking news in
Still counting how many?
Okay, we can say that a couple of teams ranging from 18 to 24 other confirmed participation.
Yeah.
This is in line with the male and female teams.
Okay.
And of course, we confirm that teams all there from Southern Sudan are in here. Burundi all there from Bujumbura and Kigali, that is Rwanda, and then Kampala have also graced this. And also from the far east of the country, that is all there from Bali, teams are making this count. And of course, it is an experience not only for rugby, and also for all those that have a family, all those that have friends, be it corporate, be it that other friend of yours who has nothing to do with rugby. This is an ambience we're creating, very exclusive, and we believe it's going to be one of the special ones, away from the normal Ginger Road experiences we've always had with the other famous Chadondo. There is something more special than what we see as an overball. Okay. So, talking about the teams, we have 8 female teams on, but we want them to be as more as you wish, because we're not looking at the Gorilla Sevens being a one-day event. We want it to be as big as you've never imagined, which is of course a 2-day event, but we are growing there. So this is our sixth edition, and with the teams that we can say having come all the way from the cross borders, we believe that only the 12 that we're talking about yet for the men's team and the 8 for the women is not the basket we need to achieve. We want to fish more and more, and I believe next year we'll be having even others coming all there from the Southern Africa and the European continent.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kind of brain deserves credit. I thought you come from Nabiango College. The way you're talking, you seem to be Angonian. Anyway, still with you, they're partners in rugby, and I'm sure that as you organize this event, there are those that come on board as partners. Share with us the partners that are partnering with you.
The big partner in this who has been with us from scratch has been Bunyonyi Safaris Resort, and of course the leadership of Kabale Municipality, who gave us rather the start of this game, and have never hesitated to support us regardless of the other friction we always find as a new growing sport. Oftentimes people may think you're funded and all that, but the jinx has been rugby has been welcomed in Kabale and in the far hills. And partners like Bunyonyi Safaris, a great honor to have you on, and we appreciate you for supporting us all there from the beginning. And of course, kudos to Uganda Rugby Union, who have flagged off this game and in the region, and have given us all the support it takes. And we assure the region and every Ugandan that we are not only having rugby there, we are going to have other more partnerships where we believe Bunyonyi Safaris having a high altitude center. We're also going to have educational courses, hospitality sports courses that are onto there, and the partnerships like you talked of. We have the Uganda National Council of Sports, who is a big brainer in this, and the Uganda Olympics Committee with bigger discussions coming in, and I believe more other corporate companies, not to mention them for now, will be joining us in the further discussions we hope to hold. And we believe the 7th edition come next year is that one, RUBEN MPIIMA, shouldn't be left out, and the entire UBC family. By the way, please don't come alone. Whatever you feel has to be with you. Make it to this year's edition, then next year it will be another story.
Okay, the fans might invite us. You for us, we might not want to deal with you. We deal with the fans who look so beautiful and that. But anyway, I won't say that. My wife will be arrested if I say it, teacher. But of course, I'll come to you, Elizabeth. As a fan, how has been the experience being part of this initiative?
Well, as a fan, we are there for rugby and the party.
Okay.
So you get both. So traveling from Kampala to Kabale
is a good experience.
Is also a party in itself.
Okay.
Then when you reach Kabale during the games, there is a party somewhere there. Then after that, oh Jesus.
You enjoy.
Until Monday.
Oh, so the Bakomas who come without girlfriends, how do you deal with them as fans?
When you party,
they will disturb you.
The rest of the things come on Monday.
Anyway, you're watching UBC TV, and of course the score. I have 3 guests in studio, and I've been talking to a rugby fan, Elizabeth. What I like about rugby. Whenever I go to Legends to watch the games, Kings Park and Belgrade, I love shirt dresses. The fans, the female fans, put on shirt dresses, and when they pass and you see the fan, for some of us, the attention switches to the shirt dresses. But anyway. I'll come back to you, Coach. You mentioned about teams coming as far as the Eastern region, as far as Congo. So what if teams like Walukuba want to be part of this? Walukuba, we have the Heathens, they have the players who can be part of this. Are they eligible to be part of the tournament or this initiative?
Actually, Walukuba Barbarians is the defending champion.
Of this edition?
Of this edition.
Okay,
yeah, they won last year. So Walukuba Barbarians is the defending champion. They are coming to defend the title, if they happen to. And for the record, no team has won the Gorilla Sevens back to back. Because of the high altitude experience, every year it becomes a different challenge. Every team has won once since inception. So Walukuba Barbarians will be there, Heathens will be there, Total Buffaloes will be there, Thunderbirds will be there. We have Lions Defer, Thousand Hills from Rwanda, Kamonyi Panthers. We have Requinzo from Burundi, so a lot of big teams will be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not heard of schools. I've not heard of the Weavers also participating. Are they not invited?
The schools, because
they have good teams that can play, that can compete.
Yeah, sure. Day 1 on 4th Friday is a schools event.
Okay.
Where we have primary and secondary schools.
So you have categories.
Yeah, we have categories.
Okay.
Yeah, we have schools, primary and secondary, which will happen on day 1, and then day 2 is the senior teams.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Schools registration is ongoing, and both the primary and secondary have schools from Kabale, from Fort Portal, from Kabalole, from Mbarara. Being an invitational event, participation is on registration.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how can the school register, Coach?
They can reach out to me or to Pearson and have themselves included in the category.
So is there money involved in registration? I'll come to you, Pearson. If I want to register my school to be part of the initiative, what do I partner with? Do I come with my head as Ruben and the team, or I have to come with something in the pockets that can give me entry into the tournament or into the initiative?
Of course, parting with some cash is for the fans, and for the participating teams, it's only a matter of raising up your hand, and you come and grace the event. That is for the primary schools, secondary schools, and the senior clubs.
Raise up my hand and I go to Kabale?
Yes.
After raising my hand?
It is as cheap as that. So it's a matter of confirming through writing.
So food, transport bills and what?
And of course, when it comes to amenities, it's something on arrangement that is basically on we, the hosts, and you who is coming in to visit, and we take care of the teams that are coming in to play. But of course, the fans that come in, they are an X factor. Everyone is free to fly to whichever heights, and also tag along with every experience around. We are so much delighted to give security to all our players who come in right in time, and also we believe there is an X factor with the players who are the biggest bagolets, if I may wish to say, who are going to give us the experience. So we hold a lot with them and we respect them, believing that whatever they bring on table is the gold we believe is what we should give out on display. So with all this said, we are going to give you a new experience, a new rugby stadium, which is one of the few you've seen.
You say we, you the who?
We, the Gorilla team. Let me say the Chigezi Rugby Fraternity. We are not only going to give you rugby, we're going to give you fun. Expect a
You're unveiling a new stadium.
A new stadium.
For rugby.
And a high altitude center, not only for rugby, a sports center, which has a consortium.
Sports complex.
A sports complex.
Wow.
Neither does it have only the sweating on pitch aspect, but it has a lot that even when you...
court, tennis court.
those are now in the other construction side of it. But what we can give as rugby is a tangible resource currently, which is ready for use. Even when it means a UBC party or anything, we will host you and we'll squeeze the yeast out of you to ensure that you enjoy it.
We eat a lot.
When it comes to the food, Ruben, please come with all the package you feel you can carry back to Kampala.
We eat a lot of food. We have a big team here.
Yeah, we have all it takes: the snacks, the fruits, the muchomos, everything.
Okay.
We can assure you to be a party away from the normal.
Okay, Michael Rwandaga is actually a single man. If he's searching on the 5th of July, can he be sure of a partner?
We call it sure.
Yeah?
Yes.
Sure deal.
Very.
Let me come back to the fun here. Who enjoys the trip and what? So away from the enjoying of the trip on the road, when teams start playing, don't you feel the pressure that, let's assume you are supporting Warukuba Barbarians and they are losing against the Heathens? How do you feel as a fan?
There is always pressure. I won't lie that we don't feel the pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure is there from the first minute to the 80th minute. You're on pressure.
You're on pressure.
But the after effects are on you. How you handle the pressure after depends on you.
Up to you.
But after rugby, it's a family.
The party is on.
But you're on pressure, but again you're enjoying.
Okay.
Have you ever been beaten, but you actually cannot say, yadde bankubye naye nnyumiddwa? That's the feeling.
So you have that feeling.
Yes.
For me, the experience I have, I'll share with you, gentlemen and lady. The whip was always used to poach on us as the fumblers, and you could not leave the pitch without either fighting or talking F words because you've lost the game against St. Mary's College Kisubi. But on the other hand, rugby was competitive. Actually, I want to pose a question to both of you gentlemen, that today when you go to watch schools rugby, you don't feel what we used to feel in our time. Our time, I mean 96-201, where we had competition, we had players on the national teams that could play rugby. Now, when I go to watch rugby today, I don't see that. I don't see that passion. Well, I remember a game between Simak and Ngo. I think it was 97. I was next to Form 2 when we went to play against them. They defeated us, but to not try. And everybody came back, and the school team, nobody wanted to talk to them because we've lost miserably. Now today, a school don't meet some young, and the boys talk to each other. The boys shake hands. I want to start with you. What is that has lost? That rugby has lost the rivalry that we had then, where you lose a game, go back to the dormitories, cry out and say, we must win the next game. Today, it's not the same case. I'll start with the Pearson.
You share that overball on pitch. You share the hits on pitch. You share the same goal on pitch. And you shall share. The only difference will be on the scoreboard.
Okay.
Now, the scoreboard is the aftermath side effect, like Sayuni was saying. Now, when it comes to the bonding of those days and these days, we're talking about an era of Gen Zs. And in the same way, we are promoting the values of sportsmanship. You'll have to shake your hand. You'll have to dine together. And like the culture is, you will have a meal or a drink later on, and world over, even if it's international games, it's a trend. And now, building back to the young ones, they feel there's a special element of blending that they need, and the uniqueness of it is rugby will give you the hard sweat on pitch, but you'll come back and realize that there are more elements which are social and business oriented that you'll pick away from the pitch. Wow. So I believe there's an element that fans have always loved, which of course as a player you don't want to hear of it, not until that last whistle.
Wow, you really answered me very well. I don't think if I went back to watch rugby, I would not have that kind of heart. How can we lose against them? We need to fight them. Because we had a slogan where you beat us on the pitch, you don't beat us outside the pitch. Either you don't lose everything. You're going to beat us on the pitch, we start fighting you.
Yes.
I think now it's on
now it's getting to
the keyboard.
The keyboard fights also.
So the banter.
Yes.
Now we no longer fight on pitch or anything.
It's a keyboard.
Keyboard talk.
Wow. So which team you support locally here for the Rugby Professional League?
Well, I'll tell you my two teams.
Okay. Which is what?
I am a buffalo. I am a hippo.
I can see the size.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach, your parting, as we wind up this, how would you, your parting shots, how would you tell the viewer out there, how do you entice him or her to join the trip to Kabale, to enjoy the party?
Yes, I call out to the viewers to grace the Gorilla Sevens Kabale event. It's not just rugby, it's an extreme fun experience, and also besides that, we're also looking at our mother nature. We'll be having conservation of the environment.
Yeah.
This year's theme is about environmental sustainability, where we have our partners Tree Space. We're offering trees to the schools and the participants to see that the nature that enables us to play, we cherish this and be able to plant trees and sustain it. So it's a full round trip. Come enjoy rugby, come sustain the nature, and come and enjoy the excursions. Yeah, the gorilla, the tours, the boat cruise on Lake Bunyonyi, and everything.
Okay, wow, that's a good one. Pearson, I'll come with you. I'll work your company fund. Last, let me have your closing remarks.
It's a big appreciation to every partner there, and of course the clubs that are really kept on with us. And this journey being the 6th edition, we believe the allegiance has really been served right. And we believe even the outer world that is watching us, Gorilla Sevens is the space to be at, because we only don't serve you with the sweat and the happiness on pitch, but we serve you with the utmost business, the corporate world. We serve you with a lot of programs like Jude just mentioned. Environmental sustainability is what we have this time around, and we believe we have all a lot to give you come next year. Even when I don't wrap it here, I'm sure, Ruben, you'll have your inbox served right. And I believe to the fans that are really not been with us, this is the place you're going to be at, and your coin will not do you a disservice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll come last to the fan. How can you interest me to join the fan base and go to Kabale? In just a minute.
I have a lot to say.
Go ahead.
But expect the best. Wow. Right from Kampala, we have drinks on the coaster or the bus, depending. So I also have an executive part of it.
Yeah.
We have what I will say Kayola for every fan.
Okay.
That is 150,000.
Yeah.
Up to Kabale, and then we shall be moving you from your room to the pitch, from the pitch to the bar, from the bar to, okay, the movements are all included.
In the 150?
In the 150. Then we have an executive one.
Where the Rubens are?
Yes.
The VIP?
Yes.
Okay.
You get your own drone. It has space of 10 people.
Yeah.
So you'll inbox for the details.
Wow.
So you move as a unit. Then I'll say Bunyonyi. We have also board, so 150,000 per night.
Yeah.
It includes breakfast and all the facilities, sauna, gym, all those things.
Company,
breakfast.
Massage.
Yes, massage.
Massage.
Yes. Then we have tents at 25,000 per night, a tent and a mattress. Yes. Then we have dormitories.
But I paid my money to go to the room. Why would you give me tents?
No, depend. There are options.
Oh.
If you cannot afford the 150,
the tent is
we have a tent for you at 25,000. It has a mattress. Then we also have dormitories, self-contained.
Wow.
At 25,000 per night. So, do not set it to Akugambia. Everything is there.
It's catered for.
We have drinks on the bus.
Okay.
Then there is silent disco. During the games, 20K the whole day.
You're enjoying music.
And then campfire in the night. Guys, and on Sunday, you have a boat cruise. We are catering for you. Please make your way.
You've been watching Matters, Gorilla Sevens Kabale, and of course I've had Elizabeth Pearson and of course Jude in the studio. I'll hopefully return here and give us the aftermath of the event.
Sure. Even before, I believe there will be a very good correspondent in Kabale
to give
you bites even in the morning shows and the rest. And of course for the fans, feel free to follow us on our socials. That's Gorilla Sevens Kabale. On your TikTok, you'll find Liz there. She's a very good fan. She'll welcome everyone there. And even when you see her size, it is just a sample of the many that we have for you. So the Gorilla.
So the fresh, you have a lot of fresh that side. She's a buffalo, by the way.
And a hippo. And you get.
You can see the size of the buffalo.
you know how mammals resonate and look like. So, so we have them, and we believe when you follow us, of course, and an exclusive one, we are giving away the Rugby Africa tickets come in Kabale.
What?
Yes, it's breaking news.
Say it again.
And we're the only platform that
Say it
is
again, you are
giving away the Rugby Africa Cup tournament tickets in Gorilla Sevens tournament in Kabale. So you go there with one stone and come back with more than 2 birds in your pocket. Oh. So we are giving you those tickets at in Kabale, and when you come there, it is not only going to end there. So you come reach Kampala, just connect to Nambole for the Rugby Africa Cup.
What if the bird I want is Elizabeth?
That bird is also worth, and you'll have it taken. So we're giving you all that.
Okay.
You find buddies.
That's it. I'm going to let you go. Time is not our best ally. But of course, thanks so much for coming to studio, sharing with us what is going to happen in Kabale. And come the 5th of July, I believe and I hope, with the Heavenly Father's permission, we will travel, make a trip to Kabale and watch rugby. I love rugby. I was born and bred in the rugby area, so I love rugby. I don't know about the converted. I don't know.
You need to convert more people to the faith of rugby.
Michael Sefuman tells me that rugby is for the criminals.
No, gentlemen's
I'm sure he hears it from people saying it somewhere.
Okay, so he comes from the school that has CHEAT, the Chitende. That Chitende, St. Mary's. You know the Chitende, not the I, but the CH.
That person has no right if they play football.
Okay. well, of course, we've got to go. That's it from the gentleman, of course, and the lady. We're joined by Michael, and I'll be joined by Michael. Is it Michael? Yes, Michael. To take you through, and of course, Joel will also be joining us to talk about talk matters. That is a World Cup, Club World Cup, as well as the Ocean Grand Prix, where McLaren might be having a driver that will be the lead in the track as we go over the weekend to watch the Grand Prix. But of course, from the team here, be in Kabale on the 5th of July. Just go and party. It's just little money, 150. You just have got to be there. It's a weekend. And the buffalo is here. I just love buffaloes and the bulls. So,
we welcome
I might
you.
be a buffalo as well. Anyway, guys, let's go for the short break. When you get back, we shall talk matters Formula 1. Good afternoon.
Juko.
Yo.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.